difficulties. I was linked to a site that I don't have authorization. So it said you can't go, and I didn't know what it was. I figured it out. Anyway, we're here. Hello, everybody. Like I said, sorry for being late. We're going to talk about, about the new pop-up. It was amazing. Things are moving forward. Kristen Alive today, you might want to watch it. It's pretty good. And anyway, so Mike came up with another idea, and I really liked it. I didn't know how to approach it until I thought about it for a little bit. And it's, what rules your day? And I thought, wow, never thought of that before. And this is what happens to some people. It's happened to me. I'm not walking on water here. It happens to everybody, but if you could focus on it every day, you can make a difference. I'll give you some ideas. Some people wake up and fear rules their day. They stay stuck. If purpose rules your day, you'll move with intention. Two different things, you see. If other opinion rules your day, like you lose yourself. But if discipline, gratitude, and vision rule your day, you'll build something powerful. I would think Mr. Mufara is definitely that guy who discipline, gratitude, and vision rules his day. That's how come he's building something powerful. Who's in charge today? My excuse or the mission I have? Right? A lot of people get up, so I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't. If you start up with I can't, by the way, you're always 100% right. If you say you can't, you won't. You're right. But if you say you can and you work at it, you can. Most of the time, you can do what you set your mind on. I've learned this myself, being a sweat hog and walking back Otter's class. But as I got out into the real world, I realized I can't kid around. This is real. I had a family young. Things were happening quick. Bills were coming in, and I went into business. And I saw people making more money, and I said, if he can do it, I can do it. And I did it because I believed I could, and I believe everybody has this. I'm not making myself better than somebody else, because by far am I not better. No way. So that's some of the stuff I wanted to bring up. It depends on how you get up and how you look at things when you get up in the morning. There's been times I got up and sometimes I let doom and gloom or some side thing. Look, life happens. I've got a distraction for 70 days. But during that time, believe it or not, I got to reflect on what matters most. I do know and have always known that being part of this movement is very special. I know it, and people that are here know it. And I believe, given the opportunity, we share it with the world, and they're going to know it too. Okay, I'm going to turn it over to Mike Ellis.
Yeah, no, thanks, Marty. And what you said, it really is spot on, Marty. The bottom line is either the day rules you or you rule the day. And there's a lot of things involved there. And when you start to think about how you start your day, that's how it's going to go. And if you get up, an old saying in the Old Testament, it says, be still. And there's just a lot of wisdom there. Be still. It's not telling you be still and don't think. Be still and think. And if you start your day that way, and you're focused on yourself, who are you? Where do you want to go? What are your goals? What do you expect to happen today? You'll find that still time, that time when the day isn't rushing at you all at once, you'll you the situation. And the reason I say that because of what's coming. You don't want the day ruling you. You want to understand what's coming. You want to have your goals. You want to understand what you can do, what you can't do, and then execute. and I heard a saying that a Navy SEAL made the other day, and he said, when you wake up in the morning, still time, you want to wake up and win. That's a no-brainer. We all want to win. And the way this gentleman wins is he always wakes up before the alarm goes off. Now, if he wakes up after the alarm, he loses. But if he wakes up before the alarm goes off, he wins. Great way to start the day. I can tell you, if you get into a routine, and let's say you get up at 5:30 in the morning and you set your alarm, eventually you'll get to the place where you'll be waking up at 5:20. Every day. That's what I do. I set the alarm for 5:30. I never, ever go past 5:30. I will always wake up before 5:30. And then you have that still time. And what it does, it shows you a little bit of self-control, self-discipline, purpose, and intentionality. And really, you want to live your life intentionally. You don't want it willy-nilly. Yeah, I know you've got to get up. I know you have to go to work. I know you have to do the things that your boss tells you to do, but you have a choice. You can go through the motions, or when you go to work, you can be the best that you can be, plus a little bit more. And if you can do that now, I'm telling you flat out with what's coming, get into that habit of being the best you can be all the time and then taking in another step. If you can do that now, if you can live that intentional life, if you can get up, have that quiet time and find clarity, all of a sudden as we move forward, and I think it's going to be fairly quick, when we start to move forward, you're going to find that these things that you're going to have to do become very, very easy because you found self-control, you found discipline, you found purpose, and you found that intentionality. And then from there, you let your imagination run wild. And Marty's right. If you think you can do it, you can. Really, it's as simple as that. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to happen overnight, but if you think you can do it, we'll give you the tools to get to that place you want to be. Believe me, either we will or Mr. Mufara will. So we're in a really, really good place now. But focus on yourself. Wake up in the morning. Get up before you're supposed to. And then have that quiet time, that still time, to where you can reflect on yourself, who you are, where you're going, what you're doing, and then start living in that intentionality. If you can do that, I believe the next year, 2, 3 years that we're going to have together, and again, this is a family, I just think they're going to be extraordinary, but it really does start with you. And you need to focus on yourself right now. That's where we're at. Focus on yourself and be the best you can be, and then take it another step. And from there, just get ready, because I really do believe that the sky's the limit, guys. We're gonna be able to go places that you never dreamt about, but it always starts with you. Dan, I'll turn it back over to you, buddy.
Okay, man. Yeah, this is a very interesting topic because the way I was looking at this is, a typical day for an individual from start to finish can vary depending on your personal values and your priorities, where you are in your life. Sometimes I start each day with a self-evaluation and listing some general values, and some of them will be unique to you. So here's a few of them that I looked up and thought of, and these might be values that you believe to be true about yourself, such as, do I love God? Do I seek truth? Am I productive? Am I teachable? Am I an encourager? Am I a leader? Do I have integrity? So ask yourself some of those questions and try and figure out, what are your values? And next for me would be to prioritize those values. For example, for me, it's God, family and friends, health, financial security, and education. That's a general overview of me. And the only way I can really have any input on this topic is by telling you how I evaluate myself at my age, at this time of my life. Everyone is unique. Some of us in this community are very young, some of us are mid-age, and some of us are old, like these three guys here. We're old guys. So everyone is unique, but it's always important to get input from other people who can share their journey. And I just think it's when I look at when I start each day, me personally, I start each day with a cup of coffee and I read my Bible and I meditate on Scripture. It's the number one priority in my life. And my wife Lila and I share a Bible reading plan. And after we've spent our alone time, we discuss what we read. And it starts the day off right for me and my wife. And and another thing is I try to maintain good health habits in my diet and regular exercise and a good night's sleep. Now, do I always do that? Absolutely not. No, I don't. But those are things that I have in my mind that I'm concentrating on, and I'm thinking that this is how I'm going to be the most beneficial. So, is my financial house in order? My financial house right now is in order to meet my needs. And I know that it's going to become much better and more stable in the very near future. I'm supporting a huge priority in my life is I'm supporting my son, Nick, who just passed the written portion of his private pilot exam. And he's excited about taking the next steps on his journey to become a commercial pilot. So that's a big priority in my life to support him and get him going. But if you think of Nick's priorities, his values, his day-to-day operation, and what he's doing in his life is so much different than, let's say, me or a lot of you. So the priorities of my life, and I'm constantly reevaluating. I mean, all of us should do that. We look at what we're doing, look at the tasks we're doing, and look at what we do on a daily basis. Constantly reevaluate your values, so that they can change and you can improve. So striving for excellence should be the goal for all of us. And another key here is to help others do the same. Strive for excellence in yourself, but also help others do the same. And let's see, what else? All of us can look at our organizational skills and determine whether we're on the right track. Some days I feel like I've got it together, and other days I'm pretty pathetic. When I go old school, what I have to do right now, and it really works well for me, especially in this computer age days, is I write stuff down. I write the important things that I have to do for the day. I'll write them down. This I've got to do, this I've got to do, because I'm much better than it's much better than me trying to remember it. Especially when I sit down, I know all of you have been here. You sit down at your computer, you're going to look something up. You have a task in mind. You're going to the computer, then you see something on your desktop, click it, and you're totally distracted. You're off in another world. You're off on all kinds of rabbit trails, and you come back and you say, what was I going to do here in the first place? So the bottom line is I think that every one of us wants to increase our productivity. But the key is we've got to have fun doing it. And we're going to have a lot of fun doing this. And looking forward to an exciting journey with all of you. That's it for me.
Oh, that was quick. Yeah, and the other thing I love about the community and this movement that we're part of, and for myself, Mike, and Dan, it's over 6 years, is it's all for one and one for all. Everyone tries to help each other. And I believe that was the big draw of being in a place where you can be someone, because you are someone. You have a lot to offer and you may not know it. I know for a fact in the last over 6 years, I've seen people go from they won't turn their camera on In fact, they wouldn't even put their name on to speaking in front of a couple hundred people. Now, did the company make that happen? No, they gave them it was a platform where they felt comfortable to express themselves. And I think being able to express yourself is very healthy. I think it makes you feel better. I think you have something to say that maybe other people want to hear. Because I know when people talk, they say, well, nobody cares what I say. That's not true. Some people relate to Mike, some people relate to Dan, some me, some Chris, some Red, some, you don't know. That's why everyone, we're all a little different spice of life. And we can all learn from somebody else. I learn stuff every single day. Every single day. I was going to talk a little bit about the pop-up, but I don't want to bring it up. We went over that. Go look at it. I don't want to post it out in the open because it was in the back office. I want to keep it kind of private. But in just as we're moving forward. And we had some good, bad, and ugly. But the beautiful thing beautiful thing was, as said, we're sailing the deep blue sea right now. Smooth sailing. So we went to rocky water, white caps, or whatever you want to call them. And we knew it was bad. Do I need to know every detail? Not really. I am so proud that I'm part of something where the CEO just doesn't give up. And if it was about money only, he would have quit a long time ago. I would imagine if he was that guy, but he's not. He's not. He's looking at the outcome, what will happen long term. And if we're looking at what we're talking about today about what rules your day, Ash rules his day to the grace of God. He rules his day, determines what he's going to do. He has a mission. When you hear somebody say, I was born to do this, that's powerful. Because I think it was Warren Buffett said, the two most powerful days are the day you're born, the day you find out why. And I believe on passive, or this company was a big why in my life. I went from a company 20 years ago when I got sick the first time, and what did I do? I traveled around the world, different people. What am I doing now? I'm traveling around the world, but I'm doing it virtual. So the same thing happened. So I was gifted twice. And then I joined teams with Mike and Dan. We've been to some good, the bad, and the ugly. We could go out and make a few bucks. Yeah, we could have. We still could. But the point was, that's not what we wanted long term. We didn't know what we had until after we moved on and saw other people, yeah, they make it, they lose. They win, they lose. They win, they lose. And the people that we call successful, they just win a few more times than they lose. But they lose because they're always dependent on whoever is running their business, unless they're running it. And yet, after 20 years online, 21 years online, I've never had a business where the CEO is the business. He is the heart and soul of the company and really cares. Why would we go anywhere else? That's why we're not. Anyway, that's all I have. Mike, you got a few closing things, and Dan?
I do, Marty. I do. Intentionality is so important. And I remember, 6.5 years ago when Marty, Dan, and I came in and had the privilege to talk with Mr. Mufatuham, talk about his vision and where he was going. And he aligned with us perfectly. Obviously, he was way, way above us. But 6.5 years ago, I had goals. I listened to Mr. Mufara in those quiet times I made goals for myself. I'm sure Marty and Dan did the same thing. And, you know, when I talk about that, people say, well, you have to wait until something happens before those goals come into fruition. That's not true. Over the last 6.5 years, I've accomplished probably 85% of the goals I set 6.5 years ago. There's still a couple that I need to get, and I will. I'm not worried about that. But it's because of what Mr. Mufareh has put in front of us. It's because of his vision. It's because of where he's going, has allowed me, has allowed Marty, has allowed Dan to accomplish the goals we had. Plus, believe me, that plus is a big, big, big plus, because my goals compared to where we are today were minuscule compared to where Mr. Mufareh has taken us. And it all starts with you. You have to determine what you're looking for. You have to look for it. You have to think about it. You have to contemplate, and then engage with people of a like mind, Marty, Dan, and I, or other people within the company that are thinking the same thing you're thinking. This stuff is not hard, but it doesn't happen overnight. It took 6.5 years to accomplish 80% of the goals I had 6.5 years ago. Now, the 15% that I haven't accomplished yet, I believe will happen next, boom. And it'll be 100% new goals. You go higher and higher and higher. But it's all about knowing who you are and where you want to go. It's really, really important that you figure that out on your own. We can't tell you that. You have to figure that out. Once you figure that out, you'll have questions, and these guys can answer them. And if we can't, Mr. Mufareh can. So we're in a really, really good place. I'm grateful for the last 6.5 years, and I'm really excited about the next 6 months. Marty, that's it for me, guys.
Beautiful. Go ahead, Dan.
Well, I'll just highlight one other thing one other term that we saw in the back office, and that was perseverance. And I'd just like to congratulate everybody that's here and everybody that's logged into their back office and read the message, read the news, and persevered through this time. When you have a leader like we have that has persevered and hasn't quit, I mean, why do you think so many people haven't quit? It's because he didn't quit. He believed in his vision, and he knew that he could achieve his goal. And he just had to overcome some obstacles, and we're here with him to overcome those obstacles. And so that, to me, I just congratulate everybody here and everybody that's logged in, and thank you all for persevering. And what we're trying to do here is just provide you with a little bit of content on some things to think about. Some things to think about that you may not have think about, or you visited it a while ago and you haven't thought about how you manage your time and some goals that you're setting and how you can improve yourself. And we're just here to kind of stimulate that a little bit. And I hope it's valuable for you. And they're short, sweet, to the point, but we're enjoying it. That's all I got, Marty.
Beautiful. Okay, I got a real short clip about AI news today. Some of it's an overlap, but there's always new stuff out there. I condense it so you give you some more content to look at.
Here's your AI news for July 11th, 2025. YouTube cracks down on low-quality AI content. Ad payouts drop July 15th. Ireland proposes new AI watchdog to regulate public use. AI air traffic trials launch in London and Singapore. Intel spins off RealSense with $50 million for robotics. New study shows AI coding tools slow expert developers.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, ring the bell.
Boom. Anyway, thank you, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow. Mike, you got something? Oh, okay. We'll be back tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Any ideas you might have, by the way, run them my way. I also want to tell everybody I did start a a prayer line email. If you look below, I have gotten about 20, but 19 of them are praying for me. And that's nice. Thank you very much. But if you need prayer to be sent out to people, send it to prayerline18@gmail.com. And by the way, Chris hasn't gone anywhere, and he does a prayer line every day, like he always did. So you can also contact him, and he has it written down every single day. Okay, I believe in prayer. Trust me. If I didn't have it, I wouldn't be here. So anyway, thank you, everybody.
I got a public announcement, one quick public announcement to make. I can't be here tomorrow. I'm taking my son to dinner for passing his test. So I think there's probably going to be a guest that you'll be able to bring in.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe.
we might be able to. Yeah.
Okay. So see you on Monday, everybody.
Yeah, no problem.
Enjoy.
Enjoy, Dan. Anyway, see you all.